What's up, everyone? So, we're looking at June 26th. It's the day that I'm recording this, just here in the morning. I was about to go for a run, but I decided since I've done half my workout for the day, and certain thoughts have just been percolating, I'm going to go ahead and lay them out here and get some new content out because it's been a few days. So, uh, today, just kind of going to hit on a few things, round out the racist topic, video topic that I had the two previous videos hit on. Um, this isn't going to be a very popular point, I believe, but at the same time, I'm going to try to come at it from a direction that doesn't offend anybody. Try to. Whether or not you're offended by this, if you want to contact me and let me know why, I'll try to address it as best as I can with you and maybe give you reasons as to why my beliefs are aligned the way they are in regards to the topic, which is religion and how religion plays part a bit too much in politics nowadays, and how it's come from a point of playing far too much to where it is now, where it's involved a bit more than it should be, which really, in my opinion, it shouldn't be at all. They should be completely separate. We should have leaders that are impartial when it comes to their religious beliefs and their political beliefs, and mature enough to separate the two when it comes to their career in politics and their beliefs in whatever religion. Um, in the past, a lot of people have used their religion to subjugate groups of people that either are outside of their beliefs or within and encapsulated in it, either by choice, which really, in terms of those who were enslaved and brought over here against their will, didn't have a choice. If they were to believe in something and needed to believe in something, all they had was their master's religion, Christianity, at the time. So, a lot of events in the past, if you look at them and really delve into what brought about massacres and subjugation and enslavement, a lot of it people justified based off of what they'd learned in their religious texts. Recently I've been looking into when most of the South seceded from the Union, and hearing the cornerstone speech by Alexander Hamilton Stevens was daunting. I've read through it a couple times. It's frightening, and it's hard to say out loud things that he had spoken during that address, that speech. And this was at a place of learning, at a college. Many people there who likely weren't even students, just political figures and top military figures, one and the same at the time, really. A lot of your political figures were leaders in the military, especially during the Civil War. It's kind of who they had to fall back on, whether fortunate or not. Clearly not for the South. So, in his speech, he basically used Christianity and his beliefs in Christianity to justify the change in the Constitution from how it was written to the new belief that all man was not created equal, and that the white man was superior to their subjugated Negro servants. And the way it was laid out, and it's not right. You cannot allow such a thing to fester within yourself And it seems like at this point, people don't recognize the fact that deep down, they're not necessarily aligned with that belief, but they haven't really evaluated how the past has influenced the way things are now, and how those religious beliefs have influenced the way things are now, especially looking at the way the South handled reparations after the Civil War and handled educating the future generations. There was a lot of oversight, um, a lot of just falsified information in regards to the way people treated African Americans, which is funny because during this transition into having African Americans be a free people in this country and have rights and the ability to practice those rights, looking at the way that they were stifled, while at the same time these future generations are being told and taught that they treated them so well during their enslavement, is insane, because the proof is right there. You know, a child walks outside and sees a African American man hanging from a tree, and his father and possibly grandfather, uncles, what have you, are all standing around them, calling it an animal and an it in the first place. Uh, it just common sense is lost at that point, you know, and those beliefs get twisted, and it's almost unrecognizable, but at the same time there's a lack of care for attempting to recognize what's wrong there, and the contradiction and hypocrisy. It'll be interesting to see whether or not a lot of people here currently, it'll be interesting to see how they address the hypocrisy that they've been living in, because especially if they don't have someone in their life to bring that to light to them. I've been in scenarios where I feel like I can't talk to somebody, and I've had to work through personal issues before, but that's something that's very, very difficult to do. And if you can't objectively look at the issues you have and come from a place of not even forgiveness, but realizing the necessity of changing the errors in your ways, and I wouldn't even say punishing yourself, but putting yourself in a well-needed timeout so that you can come back around to starting from this point of this is who I am now and how I address this issue within me. You know, whether it's sourced from external stimuli or internal, which really it ties in together. There's no big separation there, whether or not the issue comes from outside or within. I'm here for people if they want someone to talk to, open-minded as I can be. Um, you know, I don't want to push somebody out of my life who I've not even spoken to for years, that may be a bit confused about why things are the way they are now and why people are wanting such change, and why they don't quite understand within themselves, you know, why things are the way they are, and why certain things are being asked of people that they had these you know, basis of respect for. Because you see plenty of examples of good cops and good politicians, which there are, I won't deny it, but at this point we're looking at, especially recently, a lot of evils surfacing and a lot of evil people surfacing that are in these positions of authority that should not be, never should have been. Um, Hopefully, we'll get it taken care of. It'll take people staying attentive and keeping that fire stoked within them and within each other, supporting one another and their beliefs. I don't see things dying out anytime soon, and I would hope not. I would hope people would rise up to positions of leadership within their communities and within their circles, and try to educate as many people as possible. So, appreciate everyone watching. See ya. Love you.